guys. So today I am basically just going to be showing you this like creative makeup look that I did. We're going to be starting from skin, going through to the eyes. I wore this to a Half Magic event recently. I'm not going to go through like every single little step. I kind of want to just chat with you and chill, especially because this is like a slightly longer video. And I know that a lot of you, a lot of these steps you've seen before. It might be like slightly different products, like these two primers that I'm mixing right now, but that's because you know me, I like to get creative, okay? And I like to save it for when I'm going somewhere and I have to look amazing. And I'm like, it's a 50-50 shot here. I might look amazing, I might look horrendous. So some of the things I'm switching up, some of these are products that you have seen before. Obviously, priming, very important to me. And by priming, I mean prepping the skin in some way. And color correcting, my guy, color correcting. I've had a lot of redness. I've had a lot of redness all around my face recently. I've been rubbing my eyes a lot, which I don't recommend. Not the best idea. And also, I have been eating a lot of sugar, which is causing inflammation. Somebody actually commented on I did a video, which thank you very much, by the way, all the people who were like, well, we hope you're okay. The video that I did about like how to look gorge when you've been crying. Listen, we all cry, okay? I remember learning some of these tips that I shared with you when I was in high school. And you just have like a shitty night or whatever. And then the next morning you wake up and you're all puffy and you're just like, oh, I feel better and I want to look good, but I can't because I am all puffy. In that video, somebody commented that my face looked puffy overall. And I was like, okay, thank you so much. Like, very sweet of you to say such a nice thing. I have actually been using this like Luna, the concealer. I think Luna is a Korean brand, but Ziva's gonna pop in 1 second. I told my boy, he was like, the cat was bothering him. And I was like, bring her over here. She will not look at the camera though. She like truly hates being picked up. Look at that little face. She's so angry. So angry. Anyway. What a goof. Bye, Ziva. I guess let's just get back into the makeup. You guys, this brush, like, I'm sorry because I know, first of all, hopefully a lot of you, those of you who picked up the, like the test run, which is this model that I have right here with the silver top, hopefully you've submitted your reviews. I think it's been like enough time. So I'm hoping to get that feedback very, very soon. And thank you to everyone who did pick up one of these brushes. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, don't worry. Don't you worry, your pretty little face. I'm going to be talking about this later. I have a brush coming at some point. And I know that you guys have been seeing it in every single video, obviously, because like I formulated it. It's my design, so I've been using it like crazy. And it's probably very frustrating if you are looking for in the description for the linked brush and you're just like, where is it? It's not there because it's my brush. It's not available yet. Anyway, I personally have really, like, I think I've adjusted to Anastasia Beverly Hills Fawn as my contour. One of you suggested it, and I was hesitant because I thought that I remembered like swatching it a long time ago. The way it's very, very similar to Fenty Matchstick and Amber. There's something a little different about it, and I should honestly do like a side-by-side comparison for you at some point. Maybe just some swatches to show you the color. It's like a teeny bit warmer. So I don't love it for contouring my nose because it just ends up looking like a lot, like, I don't know, just like a little too bronzy for that area. I just feel like it should be a slightly more cool toned. You let me know though. I am still experimenting with this like new nose contour, which I will keep you posted on. But the color is so flattering for my skin tone overall, and it just creates such a beautiful like shape to the face. So I do think that if you are if you have pale skin, pale to light, it's worth checking out, like maybe go into a Sephora and swatch it. Also, this is my first time trying this new Kosas brow pencil, and I really love it. I'll link the shade down below. I think I used the blonde or taupe, I think it was taupe, to basically like draw in and structure my brow to begin with. It's super duper tiny, like the tiniest little brow pencil. I love it. It's like perfect for the go. Like it's like the kind of thing that you can just like throw in your bag and have for touch-ups, or like if you're someone who doesn't do their makeup until they get to work or school or I don't know, whatever your situation is. But it's really, really nice. I like it. The color was very, very good. So this makeup took me, I think like 2 hours straight, because I just really wanted to sit down and like play with a bunch of different like techniques and also revisit some things. And I knew that I really wanted to create kind of like a, I don't know, I wanted to do something with color and shape on the eyes, which obviously we'll get to later. This was for a Half Magic event. If you're not familiar, Half Magic is a brand, I believe it's a partnership between A24 and Donnie Davy. And if you don't know Donnie Davy, she is the makeup artist for the show Euphoria. So it's all about like color and glitter and expression. P.S. I love this blush from Makeup by Mario. Absolutely loved it. Just aside, stunning, gorgeous, color, love. Anyway, Donnie Davy's incredible, and I got to speak to her a little bit at the event, and she's just like the dopest chick. Like, I love a dope chick, you know me. And we just kind of talked about like color and expression and art and just kind of like playing, and it was just such a nice reminder. I mean, obviously, but like when you speak to someone about it, especially a professional makeup artist who isn't putting so much like emphasis on perfection. There's a lot of makeup artists in the industry nowadays that there's just like, you look at their red carpet looks and there's so much emphasis on perfection, or their work is just like so seamless and flawless that I think that it can be very intimidating to people. And it can feel a little bit like, oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. So why even try? Like, why should I even experiment or play or feel like I can feel comfortable stepping out of the house in this if it's not going to look like Patrick Ta or something, you know what I mean? And I think that that's like a very important reminder, is just like, all of this is just expression. You might not be the best at it, but chances are, if you're doing it to your face pretty often, you're gonna get real good at understanding your face and the things that work for it. And even the things that don't work for it can still look awesome, and they can be like a really amazing form of expression. And chances are, even if you don't love it, I do this to myself all the time. I'll like do something and I'll be like, oh, this is not my best look. You get so many compliments, even like, especially if you're trying something completely different than people haven't seen. And like, obviously nothing is completely new, but if they haven't seen it on you, it's going to make an impression, you know? Now, I kind of use like a combination of About Face matte fluid eye paints and the Half Magic eye paints as well to create this look. I was honestly looking at my shirt, which you can't see now. It's like a vintage Lauryn Hill shirt. I was looking at that, pulling some colors from that, and I was like, I'm just gonna like start laying in some shapes. I wasn't really thinking. It was a very meditative thing, which I know I've talked about a lot on this channel, that like makeup is very meditative. I just kind of shut off from everything else and I start to create. And honestly, this thing that's happening on my lid, like, I totally went backwards. I really should have started with the inner part, so that the layering of each little shape was a little bit easier, but I didn't because I wasn't thinking. I was just doing. So just in retrospect, if like this is a look that you want to create, that's the way that I would do it next time. Just think in terms of like foreground and background. It kind of looks like the outer piece is laying on top of the inner piece. So you should start with the inner piece, if that makes sense. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to like play around with color. And at first I was thinking I would do like maybe a watercolor type thing. And then I ended up with these sort of like soft petal shapes, obviously with the like warmer tones on top and the cooler tones for the lower lash line. One of my favorite things to do when I first started experimenting with makeup, which was years ago at this point, for anyone who doesn't know, I was just like posting images. This was back when Instagram didn't have video. I was just posting like images of makeup and on Instagram and like tagging brands of, you know, the products that I used. And I had no idea at that point that any of this could be like a job or any kind of a career in any way. I was working a full-time job as a graphic designer, and I would come home either early in the morning. I would get up really early and I would do like ridiculous glam to go to work, which was insane. Or when I came home, I would just kind of experiment. Like I would experiment on top of the makeup that I was already wearing. I would do weird like Halloween makeup or like special effects type stuff with like my, you know, NYX eyeshadows. That was like basically all I had. And that was honestly some of the like most fun that I ever had with makeup, was just sitting down and just playing, experimenting. And I cannot tell you how many times I created something, and still this happens all the time, where I create something that I'm like not proud of, didn't turn out the way that I want. I'm definitely not going to share it with people because it's kind of hideous, but every single time you do that, you learn like a new tip or a new trick or a new like technique or something that like, okay, I'm not going to do it this way. So if you're someone who is passionate about makeup, even if it's just like you don't want to do makeup on other people, maybe you don't even want to do like artistic makeup, but you love doing your makeup and you want to like really perfect it, some night when you are just like home alone or you're just like in for the night, whatever, you're not doing anything, just sit down, like put on a podcast, put on a movie, listen to some music, and just start putting shit on your face, okay? Anything. I don't care what it is. Like make your contour purple. Just start playing with different products and different colors and different textures, and it will inform so much your overall technique. Like there's no way that you will not get better. This is actually, I left this in the video because I think this is a really good example. I had this really beautiful color, kind of like mod almost eye going on. Now I kind of wanted, just like thinking Euphoria and Half Magic, I was like, initially my idea was, oh, I'll include rhinestones. I started putting them on and I was like, this doesn't go with this look. Like it just does not at all. So I removed them. I just took them all off. I was like, nope, just kidding. I stopped myself, and I had little glue bits that I tried to cover up with some powder shadow as like an eyeliner, basically. Hindash, always coming in clutch. So I just did like a very, very soft little wing. You couldn't really see the glue. I could feel it a little bit, which was kind of annoying. But I was like, here, I need to pivot. I'm pivoting because that just did not complement the look. And then I needed to figure out how to make this liner like more cohesive throughout the whole look. So I did this little inner corner thing. It's a really great example of how like you might be going in one direction and you start to recognize that like it's not working. I know I get comments from a lot of people who will say, if I get to a point where it's not working, I just want to like take it all off or just like not go to wherever I'm going. Try to like turn it into something. If you make a little mistake, just like go a little bit further. Like for instance, say you're putting on your mascara and it's a waterproof mascara on your lower lash line and you get like a bunch of mascara on your lower lash line and it's completely ruined the look to you. Just like go in with like a black eyeliner and heavy that shit up, okay? I'm talking like go punk with it. It's gonna completely change the look, but like if you just kind of like use those little instances as a way of learning and experimenting, it just, not only does it make you better at your makeup, but when you have those little mistakes, it's like yes and. It's literally like improv, okay? Which is important, I think, in these kinds of things. In any kind of creative endeavor, because oftentimes the reason that people feel so intimidated by makeup, doing their makeup, is because it's this creative thing that they want to be flawless. It's on their face, you have to wear it, so you feel uncomfortable with the idea that it might not look perfect. I want everyone to embrace that, okay? Embrace it. Embrace those little mistakes. Sometimes you can fix them. If it's like a little thing, sometimes you can fix it. Literally, I'm like, what did I create? I love it. Like, look at this. It's beautiful. But I had no idea what I was doing. Like, I was just playing around. And it turned out so stunning. Like, absolutely, I loved the finished look completely. You guys, some of my favorite comments from you are when you say, like, that my videos have inspired you to experiment and to get more creative with your makeup. It's like the best thing. And, you know, not everyone has any interest in that. It's not like you necessarily have to. You don't have to be creative with your makeup. But something you should keep in mind is, even if you feel like you're not being creative with your makeup, even if you're not putting colors all over your face, you are still being creative. You are creating something on your face out of nothing. You know what I mean? I mean, out of nothing. We've all got a face to start with, but whatever. I was gonna try the new Lisa Eldridge liquid lipsticks. Let me know if you want a review of those, or like maybe swatches or something, because I have them. I really want to use them. But I had this little Citizen lip duo, which is fantastic. I think may have featured this in another video. I can't remember. Did I use it in my crying video? So I used the lipstick and the gloss for this, which is so fabulous. Gorgeous color, such a beautiful formula. I love the little lip gloss doe foot applicator. It's so like flexible and comfy. Love. Beautiful lip. Loved it. Complemented this perfectly. Went with the blush. So rude. So rude. I'm just like very happy with this overall look. It was really nice. And I wore it for, I would say, maybe an hour and a half. I was very boring. I went to the event for like an hour and then I came home, I took a shower and I went to bed, okay? Because I'm grandma. Okay, this kind of became like a little PSA, but I highly recommend that everyone try doing something creative like this on a night when you got nowhere to go, okay? And you know what? If it doesn't work out, wash it off, go to bed, and I promise you the next time you do your makeup, you are going to be better at it, okay? All right, guys, if you liked this video, thumbs up, comment, subscribe, all those things. I will see you in the next one.